All right, everyone, welcome. Let's talk about a tool that can seriously boost your confidence and accuracy in GCSE maths, your scientific calculator. It's not just for complicated sums, it's a powerful assistant that can save you time and help you tackle trickier problems. Think of your calculator as your maths superpower. Knowing how to use it properly is key to unlocking its full potential, especially when exams roll around. Let's dive into some of the most useful functions you'll need. Okay, first things first, the basics. You've got your standard addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division buttons. Simple enough, right? But your calculator also understands the order of operations, BODMAS or BIDMAS. If you type in something like 2 + 3 * 4, your calculator should automatically do the multiplication first, giving you 14. Using brackets is always a good idea to make sure it does exactly what you intend, especially with more complex expressions. Dealing with fractions can sometimes feel a bit fiddly, but your scientific calculator makes it simple. Look for a button that usually looks like a BC or has a fraction symbol on it. This lets you input mixed numbers or improper fractions directly. You can type in 1 1/2 by pressing 1, then the fraction button, then 1, then the fraction button again, then 2. Or just 3/2 by pressing 3, fraction button, 2. There's also often a button to convert between improper fractions and mixed numbers, and another to switch between fraction and decimal form, often labeled SD. Powers and roots are super common in GCSE maths. You'll definitely need the square button, usually labeled X2. Just type the number, then press the button. Easy. For square roots, find the square root symbol button. You usually press this button before typing the number you want the root of. Need a cube or a cube root? Look for buttons like X3 or the cube root symbol. These might be shift functions, meaning you press the shift button first, then the button with the cube or cube root symbol above it. For any other power, like 5 to the power of 4, you'll need the power button, often labeled XY or circumflex. Type the base number, 5, press the power button, then type the power, 4. For other roots, like the 5th root, you'll likely use the shift button with the power button. You might press the root number, 5, then shift, then the power button, then the number you want the root of. Trigonometry is a big part of GCSE higher maths, and your calculator is essential here. You'll use the sin, cos, and tan buttons. First, and this is crucial, make sure your calculator is in degrees mode. Look for a small D, DEG, or DEG indicator on the screen. If it says R, radians, or G, gradients, you need to change the mode. There's usually a mode or setup button to do this. To find the sign of an angle, say sin, 30, you typically press the sin button, then type 30, then close the bracket if your calculator opens one automatically, and press equals. To find an angle from a sine value, like finding x where sin x equals sine 0.5, you use the inverse sine function, often labeled sin1. This is usually a shift function. You'd press shift, then sin, then 0.5 comma, then equals. The same applies for cos 1 and tan 1. Working with very large or very small numbers often involves standard form. Your calculator has a button for this, usually labeled EXP or XTEX. To enter a number in standard form like 3.2x105, you type 3.2 comma, then press the XP or X10X button, then type the power 5. Do not type X10 separately. When you get an answer in standard form, it might display something like 3.2e5 or 3.2x105. This means 3.2 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5. Your calculator has memory buttons, usually labeled M+, M, MR, and MC. These are super handy for storing intermediate results in multi-step calculations, reducing the chance of copying errors. M+ adds the current value on the screen to the memory. M subtracts it. EMSA recalls the value stored in memory. MC clears the memory. Practice using these to keep track of numbers you'll need later in a problem. We touched on this earlier, but the SD button, or similar, is great for switching between decimal and fraction form. It's useful for checking answers or seeing the exact fraction value. While your calculator doesn't have a specific round to 3 significant figures button, you'll use its full precision for calculations and then round your final answer yourself. The SD button can help you see the decimal value clearly for rounding. Getting comfortable with your calculator takes practice. Don't just use it in exams, use it when you're doing homework and revision. Experiment with the buttons. Try out the examples in your textbook using the calculator. Knowing which buttons to press quickly and accurately under exam pressure is a real advantage. Make sure you're using a model you're familiar with and allowed in the exam. Your scientific calculator is a powerful tool designed to help you succeed in GCSE maths. By mastering these key functions, fractions, powers, roots, trig, standard form, and memory, you'll be well equipped to tackle a wide range of problems efficiently and accurately. So grab your calculator, get practicing, and make it your trusted companion for your GCSE journey. Good luck.